time for our follow-up review on the Yamaha Tenere suspension things and features, because we had the previous video with the Yamaha Tenere 700 and the BMW F850GS Adventure and the KTM 790 Adventure. And we're doing this video because some of you asked us about the suspension setting and asked us about the adjustability of the suspension, because we thought it wasn't that good.
Yeah, we actually said that the suspension on the Tenere it's too stiff, but what do you think? It's not too stiff?
Maybe we were a bit wrong. We were a bit.
Yeah.
We were wrong, and in this video we're gonna explain what happened.
Okay, so we've tried it on-road and also off-road in the previous test. We found out that the suspension is not working as we wanted to be on an adventure bike. So
Yeah,
it was feeling too stiff or too soft, I don't know. We said too stiff at first.
Yeah, the problem is that the riding quality, the damping quality was not good. I had some issues on the bumpy roads. I felt it like the rear shock was not working properly.
Yeah, it was jumping, yeah,
both
every time.
on street and on road, so it was totally uncomfortable. Now we got the Yamaha Tenere 700 service manual, user manual,
yeah, from
with
Yamaha,
the setting.
with the setup for the suspension.
You got that special tool?
I've got this special tool because this is the only tool you need to adjust the Yamaha. So it's pretty easy. You have setup for the front, you have dampening, compression, also for the rear. But for the rear you also have rebound, so that's very important.
Also for the front?
Yeah, for the front you also have rebound. So we've tried the different setups from the manual.
Okay, so to make it clear, it comes with completely adjustable compression and rebound damping.
Okay.
And of course the preload.
For the rear, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we started with the soft setting.
With a soft setup, yeah, because this was very easy to do. We untightened every bolt on the bike. Exactly, we've loosened up the preload for the rear, and we've tried the bike. So
okay, let's watch the footage again.
What happened, yeah.
Well, it was a bit shaky.
Yeah, you should keep a line, you know, with front and rear. You should watch the bike steady and the suspension to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is not happening over there. So we've jumped to the second option on the manual, the medium, the standard actually, as Yamaha calls it, the standard setup for the suspension front and rear. Tighten up some things, 12 clicks, 11 clicks. Buy the manual, everything.
Okay, let's watch it.
Let's watch it. Not so shaky right now.
Yeah.
But still
shaky.
Still shaky.
Not such a big difference, you said.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
It didn't feel like a huge difference, you know. When you have an adjustable suspension, you know that you can do stuff. On my race bike suspension, if I tighten up a click on the front end, I can feel it in the first second I go out on track. But on this one, 10 clicks actually didn't make such a difference.
Okay. Now let's go on the
hardest
setting,
setup, yeah, the hardest one, yeah, because you tighten up everything, so that's what we did. And Let's watch the video.
I think it looks a bit better.
Definitely. So this is what I told you. The first impression when I was on the bike, it was like, oh my god, oh my kidneys, oh, everything was too stiff, punching me in my bum. But the bike felt very good. You can see it on video. So this suspension on the Yamaha Tenere is too soft, but the damping is very weird because it's not as plush as you have it on different adventure bikes that we've tested before.
Hold your thought, because there's this elephant in the room, in our garden. It's the BMW F850GS, and we didn't talk about it. We got it here because we wanted to have a kind of benchmark to compare the suspension from the Yamaha with the one on the BMW. In the previous test, we had the F850GS Adventure model, which is basically heavier, but the suspension is the same. Same travel, same setup, everything is the same. Of course, this one might feel a bit lighter or something like that, but still it has quite the same suspension response. So we wanted to compare them, and yeah, what do you think about the comparison between this suspension on the Yamaha and the suspension on the BMW? Because we did the same road yesterday.
Although it's not fully adjustable, although you only have adjustments for the rear shock, it feels a lot more plush. For my taste, this one is more comfortable than Yamaha. Yamaha, it feels...
Where, on street or off-road?
Both street and off-road. Both.
Yesterday we tried both of them on the same section at about 50-60 kilometers per hour, something
exactly,
like that, yeah?
Yeah. So this one felt a bit more precise. Yeah, the front end was a bit more precise and also a bit more comfy to ride, and it gave me the impression that I can do it a bit faster. So there's the confidence thing that you get from the BMW.
Yeah, so we have non-adjustable fork, just a simple fork. It's set up by the factory. There's nothing you can do on it, and the rear shock is adjustable. It's electronically adjustable. It has the enduro and the road, whatever riding mode.
Yeah.
We talked about off-road, but what about the street manners, suspension-wise? What do you think?
The Yamaha feels good on street. You can use it as it is. We've gave up the hard setup suspension. We've untightened a bit the compression and the damping for the rear, and we left it to our close to perfect idea of a bike. So it felt good. But when you come up to bumps and there's a few of them very close, the bike will be very jumpy. It will hit you in the back.
Also on soft.
Also on soft.
Now you got the soft setting on the
on
rear.
The rear
yeah?
and medium on the front.
Okay, and did you feel any bumps?
Yeah, I can feel the bumps that are very fast. You know, the bumps that are coming in close one to another, and you get that shivering. This is not a shivering from this bike. It's a punch in the rear.
Yeah, because I also tried it yesterday. We were together on the soft setting, and it felt more comfortable than at that time 1 month ago when we shot that video.
Yeah,
So
it definitely was worth it to change the setup suspension on the Tenere.
yeah, so it's more comfortable. You can ride it on the poor quality roads. There's no issues about it. But when riding on with the soft suspension, it feels like you don't get the feeling from the road. It feels like something is happening beneath you, and you cannot feel it. That's my impression. It's a bit weird. What I like and what I love, in fact, about the Yamaha Tenere suspension is that if you want to ride fast, and if you want to go fast in a straight or on curvy roads, it doesn't feel like a boat on the river.
Yeah, it's very stable. It's very stable on the road. So that's the good thing about this suspension, but it lacks the same comfort and the damping and feeling that you want from an adventure bike off-road. So if you're choosing to buy the Yamaha
even
for
on road,
street use,
even on road, it doesn't feel like the F850GS. It doesn't feel as plush as the F850GS. Even on the softer setting, you are on the soft setting, but the damping quality is not that good. It doesn't feel plush.
did you notice that the suspension on the Yamaha on the softer setup was close to bottoming? It was at the end of the working space over there.
Yeah, I noticed that, and it happened.
And it didn't have to be very fast or very big bumps.
Yeah,
Yeah, so this is the thing. If you're going in soft, you might.
yeah. The suspension might reach its limit very soon, so you must go on a harder setting.
Yeah, so the harder setting is the best for adventure or off-road riding.
It doesn't feel as the Africa Twin. I don't know, name it. It doesn't feel.
Like any other adventure bike that we've tested.
Yeah.
But we're not saying that this one is wrong. There's nothing wrong about it, because maybe for some riders will work perfectly, but for us we think that Yamaha could work a bit on it, some new internals. Otherwise I could take this bike and make it my own. I would change the internals, I would change the rear shock, maybe I'll put an Nolens or something, and then the bike will become as perfect as I want it to be on road.
Yeah, because I think this is the trick with the Yamaha. This is the thing with the Yamaha. It comes for this price, almost 10,000 euros, like Yamaha wants to say it in our country, 9,990 euros. So it's this sum and 10 euros for the taxi until you get to the dealer, and this is it, 10,000 euros. So you have it for this price, and which is the lowest price in its segment, and you have this bike, and maybe you're gonna love it from the beginning. But if you don't love it from the beginning, you can start upgrading it. So this is a very good, let's put it this way, base bike.
I think it works for both ends. If you love it and if you still want to do some work on it, you will invest some money in some extra lights and in crash bars and stuff like that. Definitely you'll have to put some money in it.
Okay. I would put a new suspension. I would start with a new suspension on this bike.
Yeah.
I would start with the rear shock, I think.
Yeah, maybe the first one on my list will be the same. Yeah, the rear shock.
After that, I would put some auxiliary lights, because the headlight is not that good. It looks very aggressive. It looks like Dakar-ish.
Looks very nice. Yeah.
It looks very nice. So the bottom line on the suspension thing is that this suspension is better if adjusting it, better than before. Yeah, it was better for us, but still, it's not impressive. I mean, still, it's not that good as I would love. What about you?
Definitely, I have the same idea about it, because I wished for this Yamaha because it looks so good, it looks so adventurous, so Dakar, as you said before, and I wish the suspension would be as good as the looks, you know.
Okay, let's make it straight. It's not bad. It's not terrible. It's not bad, but it's not very good also. It's average. It's somewhere in the middle. It's honest. You can do your thing. You can do your job. You can ride it, but we cannot say it's a good suspension. You can feel the limits if riding fast in the off-road, if trying to get some plushness from the suspension on street, you can find the limits. At least this is my complaint about this bike. My personal thing
Same
about
thing
this bike.
here. Yeah, but we also have to thank you guys, because we got a lot of ideas, a lot of comments on YouTube from you, and this was very helpful, because this made us rethink the job and take the Yamaha back for some testing. So definitely we thank you for all your ideas and all your impressions that you share with us. Thank you guys.
Now it's time to say Merry Christmas, because
Yeah, Merry Christmas to you all.
it's gonna happen in a couple of days, and a Happy New Year, because it's traditional. Yeah, and Merry Christmas to the cameraman too. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel as usual, and don't forget to write what you like and what you don't like in the comment section below, because we're gonna take it into consideration and we're gonna come up with answers.